What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for the latest episode of My Hero Academia Season 6. Just finished it, bro. Another banger episode from Bones. Jesus Christ, Bones is just going in fucking hot with Season 6, man. They going in, bro. They going in. And, bro, yo, Kaminari. We'll talk more about Kaminari, but I already know people are going to be raging about that. I can hear the shippers from here, man. I can hear them screaming, crying, praising, yes, celebrating. I can hear it all, man. I can hear it all. But yeah, man, as you guys may know, today is New York Comic Con. Hiroaka had a panel earlier today, and we finally got the official release date for the dub of Season 6, which is going to be starting next week. I was kind of hoping it would start this week, but no, it's going to be coming out next week, guys. So, yeah. Gonna be starting next week, but who knows? I was kind of hoping maybe it was gonna be this week, and maybe they were gonna like drop both episodes at once, so we can go back to same day simul-dubs, or maybe just have where the dub's only a week behind. But it looks like it might not be the case. Although that could still be the case. Next week they can come and drop the dub episodes for both episodes for 1 and 2, and then bam, we're only gonna be a week behind. I don't know. I'm only saying that because both Devil's a Part-Timer and Clash from the Elite, when those finally came out, granted, it took a lot longer for those shows. They dropped like the first 2-3 episodes at once for when they first started airing them. So, could be a situation like that. Probably not, given how big and popular Hiroaka is. It's probably going to be the usual just 2 weeks behind, but we will see about that. Obviously, Toonami is still up in the air if we're going to get this airing on Toonami. I don't know, because we know Crunchyroll doesn't want to play ball no more. But Toonami made that deal with Funimation back when they still had the rights for Hiroaka. So maybe Season 6 might still air. It's up in the air, man. Hopefully it does, because I love Hiroaka and Toonami, and it makes sure I can actually keep up with the dub and not having to like forget episodes or have to like basically every week I gotta watch 2 episodes when I'm on Saturday mornings I do my reviews and everything. But whatever the case may be, we finally have the release date for the dub, and I'm happy. Anyway, guys, without further ado, let's just jump right into the actual episode. Also, guys, guess some of you guys may know tonight is Extreme Rules, so if the review ends up coming out a little bit late tonight, you guys know why. I'm hoping and trying to get this review done, or at least get the audio finished recording before Extreme Rules start, but in case the review ends up coming a little bit later than usual today, that's why. Anyway, we start the episode off back where we are with Miriko, where she's like, "Oh, are you the real one?" And then we just see Garaki. Man is just in tears. He is in the actual pits of tears, like, "Oh, Johnny, mourning his fallen his fallen friend, like he just lost his dog." We actually then get a little some like funny like little flashbacks of him where he was like when he was like caring for Johnny, which I thought was pretty funny just to see that. That was pretty humorous. Just see that, and like, bro, this man's face. Seriously, bro. Anyway, so as he's crying, with mourning the death of his fallen friend, Miriko's going off, destroying a bunch of other like canisters, also filled with no moves. And then we actually see Johnny's, or what's left of Johnny's corpse, and it is surprisingly gory. Like, I thought, honestly, we weren't either. I was kind of shocked how, because you guys know that given Hiroaka's time slot, there's usually they have to end up censor some of the more graphic elements from the manga, which you guys of course saw during season 5, because everyone was bitching like, "Oh, where's the gore? Why is there no gore? Where's the gore? Why are they censoring the violence?" It's because of the time slot, you fucking idiots. Anyway, so I didn't think we would see this or see something this gore. I was like, "Oh shit, this is actually a lot more gory than I was expecting." I thought we probably might get a little bit of it. Most of it be in shadows, and maybe they get rid of the shadows for the Blu-ray release, but nah. Kind of surprised how gory this actually ended up being. But yeah, we see the remnants of his corpse in. Oh boy. So anyway, after that, we then head back up with Mandala as she's directing traffic, getting the rest of the patients out there. We then see the windows on like the top 3 floors just all shatter. Don't know what that's from. They never really explained that. I'm assuming it's maybe just from the battles going inside the actual hospital. It just causes the windows, and it just caused all the windows to shatter. Whether it was from maybe Endeavor Corp or Miriko raising hell in the basement. Whatever the case may be, the windows start shattering. So Miriko's talking with Endeavor, telling her that, hey, there's a geezer and a Nomu here, and Endeavor asks him, hey, is Garaki real? She's like, I don't know, but I'll find out once I kick him. And Miriko really wants to kick this guy. I can understand so. He deserves a kick in the ass for all the shit he does. At the very least, this man deserves a kick in the ass. Anyway. So he tells them, like, oh yeah, we'll be there. At least that's what I would like to think, because it's gonna take some time for us to get there, because of course of the giant like drill Nomu we saw at the end of the last episode. So Aizawa uses his power. It kind of just stops the Nomu jet in his track as Endeavor uses Jetbird. Then we have uh, Lock draw. I forget the dude's name. It was like Lock something. You know, the black hero dude that does with Lock. I forget what his full name was. It was like Lockjaw. No, not Lockjaw. Lock something. Whatever the fuck his name was. He opens like the security, the secret door that we saw Miriko go through. A bunch of the other heroes follow him through, and then we see a couple more Nomus coming after them. But then Aizawa comes in there, uses his quirk once again on the Nomus, and Endeavor uses Jetburn on them. And then this was pretty fun. This I just thought was funny. Endeavor in the middle of a battle. I don't know if these two have like some sort of history together from years before, like years ago when they were maybe younger heroes. I don't know if this has been covered in Vigilantes at all. I haven't read Vigilantes at all. But he straight up just tries to recruit Aizawa in the middle of a battle. Endeavor does. it kind of came over that maybe these two have like some history from maybe their younger days as heroes or something. I don't know. Like I said, I don't read Vigilantes. I don't know if this was something that was in Vigilantes. You guys can tell me down below in the comments. But yeah, so he ends up saying, nah, I gotta make sure I gotta take care of my lousy students. So after that, we then cut back over to my boy Izuku. It's good to see Izuku and Uraraka. Good to see them back again. So Izuku and Uraraka, they get the message that there's going to be an evacuation from fire, from burning. Yeah, I was about to forget her name. Burning, one of Endeavor's sidekicks. So that they're done with the evacuation to the hospital, and they need to start evacuating the surrounding neighborhood and the surrounding building to get the neighborhood and that part of the city evacuated. So they go into their section and do that. And then, of course, you have, Bakugo. He's, pissed off because he doesn't want to, because he can't fight villains. He wants to fight villains. He wants to be on the front lines. The exact opposite of Kamen. You guys, because after see later on this, Kamen, this man does not want to be on the front lines. I'm sure he would very willingly tag out with Bakugo and be like, hey, he's your problem. But anyway, Bakugo's subdued support. So my man... First of all, I was gonna say I love Todoroki's redesigned hero costume. I don't know if I mentioned in my review for last episode, but I love his redesigned hero costume. Those are the new gauntlets he's got and everything. Don't know when he got the new suit because I'm pretty sure he didn't have this at the end of season 5. I might just be misremembering, but looks awesome regardless. Anyway. So then Bakugo walks up to one of these random houses. He hits some the door speaker thing and just starts, hey, they said to evacuate, did you hear them? Get your asses out there and evacuate. Bro, I was dying, bro. Y'all see this in my reaction? I was fucking dying there in this spot with Bakugo, bro. So anyway, Izuku decides he's going to be going with Ida with the condos, and Bleach is in 2 days. We'll talk about her then. Uraraka will be taking care of the houses on the street or whatever. So they go off and do their own thing before we jump back over to Miriko, where Miriko is telling the doctor that he is going to kick him. And I'll find it. He's like, oh, I'm the real one. He's like, oh, I'll find out once I kick you. And the dude is just crying in the absolute pits of despair. This man is scared shitless of the ass whooping he's about to receive. So then, interestingly, we get a flashback where we see him along with Shigaraki, and he talked about Dabi, if you only managed to retrieve Hood, and that with the other little ones are still in the testing stage. With all for one gone, it's hard to produce more. And then we actually get to see Shigaraki in a full-on suit. Yes, you heard that right. We see Shigaraki in a fucking suit, and he actually looks pretty good in it. Low key. I don't know if he had this at the end of season 5, and I just don't remember, but I don't remember Shigaraki ever wearing suits. But it doesn't actually look half bad on him, man. It's actually kind of cool seeing that. So then, the doctor ends up pulling something, it ends up taking him to pull something out of his jacket, inside jacket pocket, which at first, I honestly thought it was the quirk bullets from Overhaul. He was going to throw one of them on Miriko to get rid of her quirk, because the box looks very similar to the box with the quirk powers that the quirk bullets were held. I thought that was what this was. I thought it was the quirk bullets. He gave the doctor, Shigaraki gave him the bullets just in case. But no, it ends up just being like a phone or something that just sends off the rest of the high ends. But before he gets a phone out, one of his other little pet gnomes, whatever you want to call them, Mocha, I believe this one was called. comes out of nowhere right as Miriko's about to kick the doctor, which basically makes her kind of miss it, where she just ends up just like grazing his arm, but completely takes his like half of like his sleeves off from the kick, and you see a little like bruising on his arm before he runs away. And actually, one thing I got to shout out Bones for, nice little attention to detail. You once we get back after Miriko kicks him, you can actually see like an outline of her foot in the front, in like the front part of this dude's face. I thought that was a nice little attention to detail there. So that was pretty cool to see. So then he sends out the high ends, which throw Miriko into some wirings higher up. And I gotta say, I love the designs of these new gnomos we got for this episode. Thought they all looked really fucking cool. Although the first one, the one in the front, the big muscular one that looks like the gnome from the first season, low-key the mask of it reminded me a lot of Yoon's starter persona in P4. If you guys remember that, if you guys played it, he looks kind of like the mask looks very similar to the starter persona that Yoon gets. I thought that looked kind of cool. Don't know if that was meant to be like a little nod to Persona 4. Don't know if Horikoshi dabbles into some persona when he isn't slaving away with Hiroaka, but yeah, I thought that looked pretty cool. So anyway, he goes back on his chair, runs off. Miriko comes out of the wires like, oh, like I let you escape a little bit, and then licks her blood. And I'm like, yo, she's badass. No, like Miriko has quickly, like I already love, like I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my reviews for season 4 and season 5 when we got the couple appearances she had in those seasons. But yo, with these last 2 episodes, she's really climbing up the ranks as one of my all-time favorite Hiroaka characters, man. She's awesome. And also, one thing that was actually kind of cool is that last episode, both the Japanese and the English WAs for Miriko both commented on the Sakuga from last week, which I thought was really cool to see both of their tweets and just how see how they both reacted. That I thought that shit was cool. I don't know if y'all saw those tweets, but I follow her WA and I follow the main Hiroaka Japanese account. I follow my Sakuga Academia, so I saw the tweet from I think one of those accounts. So that was pretty cool to see that both of them commented on the scene. That was pretty cool to see. Anyway, after that, we get to the commercial cards, which you guys remember I mentioned last week are fucking amazing, man. These gotta be the dopest commercial cards I've ever seen for any anime series. Although one thing that I found interesting is that we see Kaminari's hero name, and where we find out his name is Charge Zuma. Was that his hero name he picked back in season 2? Because I legitimately don't remember it being Charge Zuma. Like, am I just misremembering something? Was this changed later on in a later season? Because I don't remember if that was actually his name he picked in season 2. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've seen season 2, so maybe I'm just misremembering it because how long it's been. But I thought that was kind of surprising that when I found his name was Charge Zuma was the hero name Kaminari picked. Like I said, I don't know if he changed it or if that's what he ended or that's what he picked back in season 2 when they picked their hero names. But I just thought that was interesting. Anyway, after we go back to Crust, where we find out where we get like the whole thing, like where we figure out what his powers are, and where we find out like he basically makes shields out of his bodies as he's trying to take care of the nobles and the other heroes that are there with him. So as he's trying to hold back these guys, get rid of them so they can join Miriko, we're back with the Doctor. So then we get a little bit more information on the Nomos that they're created when corpses are bioengineered animals, of course, which we already knew about, and that they, of course, have no will, and they're only doing what they're programmed to do, but we find out there's 3 tiers of them. Well, technically, actually 4, but they start off with the 3, where you have them split off into lower, middle, and upper tiers. Upper tiers is that big guy we saw in the first season going up against All Might. And so then he explains that the upper tiers have 10 times the strength of most of ordinary people, and that but beyond that, there's the higher tier, the highest tier, which is the high ends, which we saw earlier on in the episode. These are they're capable of advanced independent thinking that reflects the personality from when they were alive. But because they have independent thinking, obviously, depending on who you turn to a Nomu, they'll probably eventually rebel and go against your order. So he limits the villains to had a strong desire to fight to kind of to make it a little bit more containable, to keep them from like rebelling or like attacking Shigaraki instead or something. So then he kind of goes into like how much of a pain in the ass it is to make these guys. Like he says, like, do you even know how much effort I went through just to prepare the material? And then artificially moving corpses and then involves surgery. It takes over 3 months for the corpse to even stick. And then without All for One's powers, it's hard to mass produce these guys. So he only has like about 5, including woman. Don't know which one of the 5 he's referring to is called woman. I don't know if it's the one with the long hair. None of them look female at all to me, or maybe I don't know if he meant woman as a female or woman just like it's just a name. He came up from one of the Nomus. But regardless of such, he's like, oh, I'm sorry I left you behind. Please do your best for me. And then we get this little funny little drawing, which I'm curious how this looked in the manga, where we see like these little like sketches of like Johnny and Mocha with halo rings around them and angel wings with their hands in prayer up as they're going up to heaven with the little text that says goodbye and they were already dead though. This was pretty funny. This was pretty funny. This was a surprise to see. That was pretty funny. So Shigaraki and him have lost their means of escape. So it seems like he might. And then he says with everyone doing their best, and then we go and he says, my masterpiece, Tomura Shigaraki. So it seems like he might awaken Shigaraki before the process, that whatever the process he's going through is completely finished. It seems like, or maybe he's just going to try and stall, or maybe he's going to try to get this done as quickly as possible and just stall. Hopefully these guys can just stall the heroes long enough for them to get out. No, but yeah, it seems like we're not too far away from Shigaraki awakening and probably wrecking hell, man. We'll have to wait and see on that in the coming episodes. So then we're back with Miriko. We see like her ear twitch a little bit. She's like, oh, you're there, staying in one place, not running away, old man. I hear a little lot of clicking and clacking, probably referring to the keyboard. And the Nomus are obviously shocked, like, wait, how is she still standing? And he's like, oh, I canceled out the impact with my legs. So she like kicked it before she, I guess she I don't know exactly how she like muscular, like ups the muscles of like her legs or whatever. So I guess make them stronger to, of course, absorb the impact. I guess I'm not exactly sure how exactly that works and how it relates to rabbit, but I am no biologist. Anyway, she jumps out there. She jumps out from there, and that's when we get the whole Miriko, her quick rabbit from President Mike, and we basically she's Spider-Man, but can do anything a rabbit can, but better. So then she leaps over the Nomus and just says, "Idiots! I'm going after the old man first," and just starts charging towards his direction. Obviously, the Nomus are chasing after her, and bones, fam, yo, seriously, bro, Bones. I have noticed with these last 2 episodes, Bones is coming in here looking to make a fucking statement with this season, bro. Like, the commercial cards getting changed up, the fucking title cards getting changed up, bro. All for the better, if you ask me. And, of course, the animation these last 2 episodes, bro. Bones has been coming in here to make a statement, bro. And it's up. And there still has not been an announcement of a 4th movie yet. So, it seems like Bones is probably not going to... It seems like we're not going to get a 4th Hiroaka movie while season 6 is airing. Which... I don't mind. I'm kind of glad they're going to do this because that probably leads less time with like having to split off the team and have a separate team to work on a movie instead of kind of like having to like divide the team up a bit between the movie and the series. So kind of glad it seems like Bones kind of stepped away from the movie. Although they might end up announcing a 4th movie later on this season anyway. But so far they haven't announced anything yet for a 4th movie. Anyway, but yeah, the animation's insane. She's going to one of the Nomus ends up capturing her, and then we see 2 of them charge towards her. One of them straight up looks like an elephant. I don't even know how that works. Maybe it's a rhino situation, but this time the dude's an elephant. Don't know. And the woman Nomu, which I just started to know, she does actually have a female body. Took a second for me to notice it, but yeah, she has more of a female figure. Anyway, they come after her. She like kicks them. She calls it like lunar rings. Looks fucking amazing. And then after that, we see the other number, the one with like the persona head. This motherfucker straight up got like the fucking force or something, bro. Because this man starts twisting his arm around and he just starts mangling up Miriko's arm, breaking it in like 15 different fucking directions. It looked pretty nasty, man. I wouldn't be surprised if this scene was probably more graphic in the manga, and this is where Bones started to like cut back on certain things and start to censor some stuff, because it looked pretty nasty, bro. It looked pretty. She just completely like no sells. All she does is just scream out, but it doesn't look like you don't see any pain in the woman's face. She just completely just no sells this shit. Then she just straight up curb stomps a fucking other Nomu, and then charges and then jumps onto the fucking Persona dude, locks him up for a reverse Rana. But no, ladies and gentlemen, she does not just hit any normal reverse Rana. Her reverse Rana straight up rips the dude's fucking head off. Legit, bro. She rips off all of her head and her neck at the same time, bro. It was insane. Y'all see it. You'll see my reaction to the episode. It was insane, bro. Miriko's dialogue right here. She says, those guys that suddenly attack from far away are the always weakest at close coming, bro. Her face, bro. Shout out to Horikoshi and the storyboard artist for the sound so bad. That shot good. That shot goes fucking hard, man. So shout out to Horikoshi and the storyboard artist and everyone that worked on this episode, man. Shout out to them. It looked fucking amazing. So after she rips off his head, she kind of tends to her busted up arm, wraps like a little cloth around. I don't know what that's supposed to do. I feel like you're gonna need to get a fucking I forget what the thing's called. That little thing that holds up the arm that you wear over your shoulder or whatever. I'm slipping on the name of it, but I feel like that's what she needs, and probably a splint or something. Anyway, then we get some more badass dialogue for Miriko, where she says that all you gotta do is smack on your hands, you're easier to deal with than random villains, and that I live every day expecting to die, so I have no regrets, even if I do die. And zombies won't be able to kill the hero Miriko, bro. And she's just half her face is covered in blood, bro. Miriko is so fucking badass, bro. I fucking love this woman, man. So fucking cool. So then we head over back to the police center, and they're kind of recapping of everything that's going on right now, and that's when we finally head over to Team Headshot, which actually, if you pay attention, you can actually see the Seal Hero from the 2 filler episodes of Season 2 and Season 5 makes a little cameo appearance in there, which I don't know if that was in the manga or not, or that was something Bones added to tie into those filler episodes, but if that's actually something from the manga, and Horikoshi actually brought in a character from the anime into the main series, that is fucking cool if that was in the manga, but that was probably added by Bones to tie this in with those 2 filler episodes. So that was pretty cool to see. That was pretty cool. And then of course we get to Mineta. Man's man, Sarah's telling him to stand up. He's like, nah, man, the real guy's job is to catch those guys that get by the events. So it would look bad on us if we looked a little too eager to the guard above us. And bro's like, bro, just stand up. So eventually they start up in the mirror and and Mineta's like, wait, now? And then we see Jiro as she's listening in, which, funny enough, Momo's sitting right next to her. Well, so I'm not, no lie, I could hear the fucking Jiro and Momo shippers squealing in delight from here when I saw that scene, man. I could hear him from here, man. Anyway, she's listening in. They says the end, and she's listening in, and she's kind of worried about how Kaminari will be, and she's certain that Tokoyami will be good. Then, then we see Headshot and the rest of the pros all charging in headfirst into battle on the front lines. While Kaminari, bro, this man is shit bricks, bro. This man is straight up petrified. He does not want to. He says, "I want to be with everyone else." This man does not want to be. This man is not built for the front lines of combat, man. He is not built for this. And then Midnight is right next to him. She says, "You consented to this before." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to look weak in front of everyone. I didn't want to show everyone my shameful side." And so Midnight tries to reassure him, we need your power. Just see this as trying to help us useless adults. It's I don't think you adults are useless. So then Tokoyami tries to help in there, but it doesn't do anything either. Where he where he says during the during the school festival, he realized something while he was playing guitar with him, that he's a good person. He's like, bro, it's not good if you praise my guitar skills now. He's like, that's not what I meant. So then Cementos comes in there. This man comes in with fucking stuff. He slides in on his knees to the floor before he hits it, or he starts opening up the building. Looked pretty fucking sick. Shout out to Bones, man. Shout out to Bones for this. So then we see Skeptic. This man is seething right now. He's going off on his computer. His eyes are bulging, man. As he's tapping away his computer, looking for hawks or whatever. The heroes come in, busting through the wall, and then so he starts barking orders hey, I need brown team, I need Carmine here, this, that, and the third. As the hero starts to go in, and then, bro, we see one of the villains, and fam, this man's design though, yo. This man comes in there, he has a scar on one side of his head, comes out with his big black coat, a gold thunderbolt on one part of his hair, a cigarette in his mouth. Bro, this is one of the most badass looking motherfuckers I have ever seen in an anime series. Shout out to Horikoshi, man. This design is fucking legendary, bro. I hope that in the next episode we learn this man's name, because I want to know who this man is, because he's fucking badass. And if this man wasn't badass enough, he lights a cigarette with his own electricity. Fucking legendary, bro. Like, he's like, man, fuck lighters. I don't need no goddamn lighter. I'll just use my powers, bro. Like, could you get any more badass than this, bro? Not to me, man. Not to me. So as complete chaos is going on, we see Dabi along with Toga and some other characters as they're all just scrambling around trying to figure out what's going on. And then as the heroes charge in there, Midnight tries to help out Kaminari. Tell him don't get overwhelmed by the atmosphere. If it's too much to think about, if it's too hard to imagine protecting someone somewhere, and she says, then put what's most important to you right now in your heart. And then right now, then Kaminari turns around. The camera pulls back behind him before it spins around, going right into the forest. I know I wasn't the only one leaning up in my chair, like, oh, who is he picking? Who's he picking? Who's Horikoshi picking for me? Picking for Kaminari? Is it Jiro? Which I think we've all kind of suspected that when it came to like the Hirawaka ships that will actually can. Most of us probably picked Kaminari and Jiro. So I'm curious, like, ooh, were we right? Were our theories correct? Were the shippers correct? As we wait, as the camera pans up, we see it's Jiro. And bro, I could hear the despair of the Momo and Jiro shippers going on. I could hear them from here. At the same time, hearing the Kaminari Jiro shippers having the biggest dopamine hit in their entire lives. You thought they were high off, I don't know, fucking Heisenberg's 91% pure meth or something, man, with how happy they must have been and the dopamine they felt seeing Jiro. Bruh, this was pretty cool. And then, Bones wasn't done there. No, sir. They straight up start playing You Say Run. Bro, I can't even remember the last time You Say Run played in Hirawaka. Bro, it had to have been since, like, what, season 3 or something? It's been a minute. It has been a long time since we've heard You Say Run in the anime. So you know that this was going to be awesome, bro. Because we haven't heard this song in a long time. So my man just starts charging. Well, first off, we head back over to the badass villain dude. We find out that he's carrying a taser. He basically turns on the taser and basically turns his hands into like electricity. Looks pretty cool, and he fires off his massive like electricity powers that going on as the heroes are charging in. So then, my man, he starts just jumping over all of the fucking pros, charging in headfirst on the front lines. He's ahead of everybody. As we get a quick little flashback back to season 4 when Tokoyami and Kaminari were training for the school festival. It's like, oh, and we see like Jiro, like Kaminari's hands are kind of like it's a little sore, whatever, from the strings. He says, hey, should we stop for a second? He's like, nah, we can keep going for a bit. And he says, Jiro, she seems embarrassed about it, but she really loves music, you know. Don't you want to make it great for her? And so as my man is charging in with You Say Run blaring on the speakers, bro, yo, this man he fires off his attack, and then Kaminari puts his wands in the sky to quote the tribal chief, to quote the bloodline, and then and then all the electricity from this man's ability just comes right to Kaminari, bro. This was fucking awesome, bro. And fun fact, if you guys did not know, Kaminari is actually Kubo's favorite Hirawaka character. So you know Kubo was happy, he was smiling from ear to ear when he sees. I don't know if Kubo reads Hirawaka weekly, if he just reads the volumes, if he watches the anime, or what. However, but if Kubo has seen this scene, you know he was grinning from ear to ear. No lie, he starts smiling like Ichigo low-key. Like low-key, like my man was low-key smiling like Ichigo for a hot second, bro. Like, bro, yo. This was just awesome, bro. He says, yes, rendering one leader's powers, one leader powerless, complete. Bro, my man, and he says, in order to keep the others from worrying, let's finish this quickly, everyone. And bro, no lie, my man started low-key looking like a Bleach character, low-key. Like, bro, when Kaminari gets so fucking cool, bro, this was awesome. This was fucking awesome, bro. This was awesome. This was an amazing scene, bro. This unfortunately is where the episode ends, ladies and gentlemen. Phenomenal episode, man. Hearing Yusei run was a nice treat. Like I said, we haven't heard that in the anime for fucking years. So that was pretty nice. So that was pretty cool to see Yusei run. The Jiro and, Kaminar shippers are happy. They now know their ship will be canon. I'm sure the moment when Jiro shippers are in the deepest pits of despair, it's almost like Kodakoshi when they're like, let me throw them a little bone before I rip their hearts out completely. Which, to be fair, they should have known this was in season 2 with Todoroki, but whatever the case may be. Anyway, guys, this episode was phenomenal. Next week, looks like we're going to be seeing Hawks and Twice going at it. I saw a manga cover. One of the manga fans has them fighting, and I saw one panel from their fight. I don't know if this is going to be right here. That's going to be later on in the series, but either way, man, I am hyped. That is going to be awesome. Twice and Hawks, that will be legendary, bro. And just his entrance into the room and everything, man. Oh, my God, it's so fucking cool, man. Anyway, guys, that is where I'm going to get this video off. Overall, my final verdict for this week's episode is going to be a 9.5 out of 10, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow my socials if you feel like it, man. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's too